If you know you want to vibe with your favorite star, don't go nowhere. Hey, yo, Miss G, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
So, all the way from the United States of America, after I had the opportunity to chill with him for some few hours, it's good to have Nova BLAQ in Ghana. For the first time, me seeing him. So, but I'm sure you've been here time and over.
No, this is my first time in 10 years. Yeah. I haven't been back since I actually left when I was a kid. But like now, like with everything going on, the stars just kind of aligned. So, I had to come back. I was already planning. I told a bunch of my aunties I was coming back. And then finally like all this stuff started happening, I started getting some money and then I was like, okay, like I can come back.
You can come back by yourself and on your own.
Exactly. And not break the bank, like it was.
So how does it feel like 10 years after back in Ghana? What has changed?
It feels very different, like first off, like there's a lot of new things, there's a lot of like new spots. Nightclub life is very different. When I was leaving, they had just built the Accra Mall, so like to come back and like there's all this stuff like now is crazy, so definitely like, things are moving forward more than people might think because, but also it's been 10 years. So I can understand where like, some of the frustration might come from. But yeah, it's very different. But of course, some things have stayed the same. The kebab tastes amazing still. The watch egg hits, absolutely. So yeah. Yeah.
So those are the things that you miss out. You seem to be very, very interested in food as well,
Oh, yeah.
So you talked about, having tasted the watch egg, still tasting the same, Tell me about the cravings you had before you got down here.
Well, main thing on my hit list was definitely watch it. Cause like, I'm in the US, so everything you get is not necessarily like as it tastes when you're home. Like even fufu cry, like people are not pounding fufu in the US. It's like, the little neat fufu that, which is it's still good, but it doesn't hit as well as when like, it's the real thing, So like, yeah, for the longest I've just missed like, just buying watch it like in the morning and just eating it because it was such a huge part of my childhood, So like it's like I'm reconnecting with all the things that I've missed while I was out there. Like
You've done the fufu yet?
Yeah, fufu was the first thing I ate when I came.
Fufu and what?
Fufu and light soup. Yeah, we went light soup. Yeah, some adrenaline in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, you're enjoying yourself.
I'm enjoying myself, Miss G.
Okay.
I'm having a great time.
Okay, so we've done fufu, we've done wachi.
Yeah.
What's next?
Killer Willie is next. I gotta hit Killer Willie for sure.
It happens only at night.
Yeah, so in the nighttime I'll be running around looking for Killer Willie. If you see me on the street and you see me in the nighttime, you know what I'm doing. I'm looking for Killer Willie.
You have a particular joint in mind since you've been gone for 10 years.
No, I don't. That's the thing. So I have to trust other people who have been here to put me on like spots. Yeah, like the watch a spot. EL put me on the watch a spot, and then we went there. Yeah.
Where?
You don't
even know the area,
I don't know the
yeah.
area. I don't know where I'm at, honestly. So I'm just like,
Really?
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just relying on my my family to just like tell me where I'm at and like take me places. Yeah, and driving here is different. Yeah, that's something that I'm definitely I'm learning. Hey, like people just be anywhere, like it's crazy. Like like I drove you 2 hours in US. You see how it is. Like you just going. Stoplight, people stop. Here, nah, nobody's stopping for nobody. It's crazy. Like wow.
So have you sat behind the wheels yourself, or people are driving you and you're getting even offended?
I haven't had the cojones yet. I haven't tried it yet, But like I'm just waiting, and then maybe one day, like when the road is a little empty, I'll give it, because I don't want no trouble, Miss G. Like yeah.
I see you're enjoying yourself, and it's good to know that you're reliving some of the memories that you used to have before leaving.
Yeah.
Now that you're back as well, I see that you're doing some works now. You're shooting a music video.
Yeah.
Tell me what's up with your career now that you're in Ghana, 10 years after.
Man, I mean, it feels amazing because, just like everything, like it's starting from home, And like I feel like that's so important because even though like I'm out there, I'm still representing Ghana out there in the USA, Like I'm not just like doing hip hop or like just doing like, like drill or just Afro beats as well. I'm doing like everything, which is part of my experience. I've spent half my life in Ghana, I spent half my life in the US, and I've kind of found a way to like combine them both. And like it's nice to have that home support. That's so important, like and like I feel like most of the people that I've come across, like they actually like enjoy my music and like they give me the feedback. You know, they tell me. You know, people reach out to me in my DMs like, yo, like this is so fire. Like artists that I don't even know like hit me up like, yo, like let's work. You know, which is amazing because like that's all like as somebody who's an artist, you strive for that. You know, to like actually be recognized. You know, as an artist, and like right now I can say like yes, like I'm an artist. You know, yeah.
Definitely, you have a collaboration with Medical.
Yeah.
Now you have one with EL. So who else are we looking
And
at?
it's not just like the collaboration, it's like building a relationship with them, you know. Like, you know, I said before, somebody like EL, that's somebody who has become very like instrumental in, you know, like my whole artist journey, because like the way that he makes music, I really really admire it. You know, the way he carries himself as well, I very much admire, because it's more about music than it is about anything else, you know. And like good music speaks for itself. So I just strive to do that. In terms of who I want to work with, I like working with a lot of people because they bring out different sides of you. You know, like I've done songs with a couple of people. I have my album coming out, the Crime of Passion album.
Crime or passion?
The Crime of Passion
The
album.
crime of passion. Okay,
You know what the
so
Crime of Passion is?
I seem to have an idea.
Yeah.
So the price you have to pay for something you're passionate about, or the no. Okay.
So a crime of passion, right? If like it's like a crime that is committed towards something that you love. You know, so like it's a real thing. Like in U.S. law, like, you know, if something like happens like in a relationship or something like that, it could be a crime of passion. You know, because like you didn't necessarily think about it. You know, you just acted in the heat of the moment. You acted out of passion and committed a crime. You know, so like the whole thing about the crime of passion is like, you know, and that's why my first line in Frodo Baggins is came through and killed the game. I guess you can call it a crime of passion. You know, because I'm saying like, okay, like I'm coming in very hot and like very heavy just because I love it. Like I love music. So like I'm like I'm raring to go, you know? So like I feel like just like that kind of defines like the first stage of my artist journey that I'm in, you know. So yeah.
So
The
it's
Crime
going
of
to be our
Passion.
premiere album.
Yeah, it's gonna be my first one. And like I'm just gonna get like, you know, I have it done already. The album is coming out soon. I'm shooting for like beginning of January. I'm definitely gonna drop a song before that though. You know, yeah, you guys are gonna hear something nice, unexpected, but you're gonna like it. I promise.
Okay, so give us an idea of what is this unexpected track we're going to hear, and who we have on this album.
We have a good amount of people. Obviously, P is gonna be instrumental on it. P is mixing and mastering the entire thing. I work with P very closely, so like he kind of gives me the okay on like what to drop and like what not to drop, because he has the ears for it. He mixes and masters everything. He has a couple of beats on there. I'm producing a lot of the beats myself as well, because you know it's part of my, you know, it's part of my journey, and I like music production as well. That's where I started. In terms of who's on there, well, Medical is going to be on there because Pressure. I've already put Pressure out, and I don't know if I should give away the tea.
Please
I don't know if I should
do.
But I've worked with what you call it, some other people. Mr. Drew is gonna be there, so I'm gonna put you on that one. Mr. Drew is gonna be there, and like the reason why I say Mr. Drew is because like look at how Medical flows on a beat, and look at how Mr. Drew flows on a beat. You know, these are two different vibes, but like I've like, you know, I try to put them all curated in a way where like it sounds like cohesive, you know. So it's a mix of like two different styles, and there's more people on there too as well, you know. Some people that you might, you know what I'm saying, you might expect, you might know, but like yeah, it's gonna be a good one. I'm very excited for this album, honestly.
We can't wait to hear it. How many track is it?
It's gonna be 6 tracks, short and sweet.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't wanna overbear anybody. It's an EP, you know, so like it's an intro. Like I'm not expecting people to bump like 20 songs off my first tape, you know. So like and also I don't like long albums. Me myself crying like if somebody drop an album and they got 20 songs, unless it's flames, I'm not listening to 20 songs. I'm sorry. Like you can't have that much of my time. You know, unless like it's like a great album. Like you've heard EL's tape The Bar 6. Every song is tough. And like so many people are on there, like it's so many different vibes, but everybody came to kill, you know? And I like that because like it's like you can tell like everybody's heart is in it. That makes a project easy to listen to. But like if it's not like if it's not like a strong tape, I'm not listening to 20 songs. So I feel like from a listener's perspective as well, like these days nobody's making these long, like, really long albums. It's like, even if it's a long album with a lot of songs, the songs are cut down to like 2 minutes 30 seconds, like 3-minute songs, right? So like mine's like a quick short intro, and I'm gonna make sure that every song you feel it. Yeah, there's the way the album is set up, and I've played this for some people that like I really mess with. I've played it for L, so like, he has his own perspective on it. But like from what I've heard, the feedback, a lot of people have different songs that they like on the tape, and like that's beautiful, because you don't want like it to be one clear song that you put every intention into. It's clear that all the 6 songs, I put so much effort and so much work into each one of them, that like somebody who likes this kind of music and listens to this kind of music, if you hear it, you're gonna like it, but you might not like maybe this other song, but you're gonna respect it because you just feel like it's sonically pleasing, yeah. I'm really trying to do something that like, I don't want to come in and like just fumble a bag. No, I want to come in and do it correctly. So like, I've done a lot of songs. I have like over 100 songs on my laptop, and I've chosen 6, so like
6 out of 100. That means you had to go through.
You go in, and even some of the songs I went back again and I recorded some parts again. Like I'll play for PP's like, nah, maybe like do this a little different. Go home, do it again. And like until it comes out to the point where like I can play it and I'm like, yeah, like I'm feeling this. Like I think that if I play this with somebody else, they'd also feel it as well, right? Yeah.
So 6 tracks we are expecting next year. You say?
Next year, early next year, yeah.
Man's January, February,
January
March.
for sure.
Okay.
January for
We shot
sure.
all the videos for it. Is it coming with videos?
It is coming with videos. I have I'm sorry. I have 2 videos for it. Well, if you count Pressure, Medical's the one with Medical, then that's 3 videos. Yeah, and they're all like 3 different vibes. Yeah.
Now that you're in town as well, this is a festive season. A lot of things are happening in town.
Yeah.
Are you hoping to, jump on some stages, make your presence felt?
100%. Recently, literally yesterday, I landed on the 7th. On the 8th, somebody hit me up to do a show. So I'm doing a show tomorrow, in Accra at Scripts and Sound. Yeah. And then I'm doing the bar concert on the 18th. On the 25th, I'm looking forward to doing another show, but like it's not confirmed yet. We're still like working on it. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be on that card as well. But I'm here from the 7th to the 30th, and I'm trying to do as much as I can. So like on the days when I'm not like shooting videos or working on music, I'm like on stage, like making my presence felt, as you put it so eloquently. So yeah.
Okay. And another thing also I've been wanting to ask is, in Ghana, they say that if you want to rap for the masses, most of the time you say rap in Chi, and that's what sells fast.
Yeah.
But you do a lot of your rap in English.
Yeah.
How are you hoping to penetrate the already saturated market that we have?
Well, because if everybody's thinking that rapping in Chi is what's gonna get them there, then I'm not the majority, right? I'm the minority. I'm appealing to the people that are actually gonna listen to what I'm saying, regardless of whether it's English or Chi, regardless of whether they can understand it or not, and just feel it, But like Ghanaians, like you can't just play Ghanaians like Ghanaians don't understand English. I feel like if you're coming at it with that mentality, already you're putting the Ghanaians as if like they're like they don't understand English, which is crazy because like this is an Anglophone country, so like they understand it. Like Frodo Baggins is English and people are bumping it, like back to back, telling me like, yo, like every word in that I felt, and I'm speaking very like, I'm speaking very intricately on that song because I wanted to match like how EL came on the song. You feel me? So like I'm saying things like, bars that might go over your head if you're not, really paying attention. And like Ghanaians are getting it, so like I feel like people need to give them more credit than they deserve, like they don't want to be stagnant. Nobody wants to be stagnant ever. Like, think about it. Like we all say, like you try to push for what? Oh, we want this person to go get a Grammy, right? At the end of the day, you're looking for international success, right? Like how you going to get international success if nobody who's outside of your country can understand you? There's a whole globe, So like, yeah, I feel like I play to my strengths. I'm not just gonna do one thing. I can do just English rap or I can do just Tree rap, but at the same time, like mixing them both together, I feel like adds like a flavor. Like you were saying earlier, you said you heard that bar that I was like, oh, foolish. Yeah, I heard Jimmy B, right? And like that's like such a like people like that, but then it comes right back to like English. So I'm doing both. Like, so if you like the tree part, you're gonna feel that. If you like the English part, you're gonna feel that. And also, if you like one or the other, it's gonna push you to understand the other parts.
I asked this question because it's been one of the most discussed issues when it comes to Ghanaian music,
Yeah.
and people have, like you said, oh, you want us to go international, and then people come back with the argument that, oh, those who have really won for Africa didn't really go with English songs, and so they talk about the Angelique Kidjo, Burna Boy winning Grammys, and didn't go with English songs per se, and then there's also the argument that, okay, if you're rapping in English and for instance, a Jay-Z is also rapping in English. How do you hope to get the attention beyond your jurisdiction?
How do I hope to get the attention if I'm just rapping in English?
If you're rapping in English because they have your big guy already there
Yeah.
rapping in English, why would they leave him
Yeah.
to say listen to you?
Well, because I'm not trying to be Jay-Z. Jay-Z raps about very specific content and does it in the way that Jay-Z does it, right? Like, it's a whole language. There's so many words in the language that, like, you can't say, like, oh, like, you own this language. Like, Bad Bunny. You know who Bad Bunny is? Spanish artist. He's one of the most streamed artists in the world. Spanish. You feel me? People who speak English bump Bad Bunny just because it sounds good. Like, the way that he's singing just sounds good. So, like, the way that you do it matters, Like, we can all take a test, but like some of us are gonna get A's and some of us are gonna get F's. Just because you took the test does not mean you're gonna get a participation prize. So I just feel like if you're gonna do something, you got to do it well, and like you got to play to your strengths. Like me, I just do it as to like this is who I am. Like I can speak English, I can speak Chi. I know a little bit of Spanish, so you might even hear some Spanish in there. But like yeah, so like if it takes off and like let's say like like craziness, Frodo Baggins, boom. Somebody hears it somewhere, right? Big influencer, right? Posts it on TikTok. Let's say like, this is just theory, right? Let's say like Kylie Jenner hears it. Kylie Jenner has the biggest following in the world on Instagram. Here's Frodo Baggins, makes a tweet on it, right? People start to listen to Frodo Baggins now because Kylie Jenner posted it. Boom. Frodo Baggins goes viral. Now, people are bumping the song, right? But they don't understand the foolish nigga Yahoo and Jimmy B. They're gonna Google it because they want to figure it out. You know that song "Loving One Tinti"? Bro, I be like I'm in the States, right? California, San Diego. I have this Filipino housemate bumping "Loving One Tinti." She don't know what it means. So she go up like she look up the words. She's like, oh, I want to know what this means. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like even Frodo Baggins when they heard it out there, like, the people that know me that listen to it, they're like, oh, like what are you saying right there? It makes it interesting. They want to know. So like I feel like I don't think that language creates a barrier necessarily. I just feel like, go out and do it and just I don't know. Don't get too caught up in your pride. That's a huge thing because ego can come into play very quickly, And I like that can ruin everything if you feel like, oh, like I'm too this or I'm too that, and like I can't do this with this person because I'm too that. You're playing yourself, because like collaboration is like everything. You know what I'm saying? Like things work like that. Like I don't have to be like just with hip hop artists. Jay-Z has a song with Linkin Park. That's a rock group. So. Yeah, it's just, I mean, you do it to the best of your ability, and then it takes you where it's going to take you. So, like, I'm not really worried about anything else other than that. Like, I'm doing my best, and, like, the people that come into my life that are on my path, that are on that same frequency, that see what I'm doing, they can mess with me. Like, somebody like, yeah, like, it's eye to eye. I see him, and, like, he sees me. Like, he sees what I'm trying to do. I see what he's trying to do. And I'm like, damn, like, I could really learn from this guy. Just, like, the way that he's moving. I could really learn from that and, like, elevate myself as well. And then, like, things like that happen. It's just like a natural kind of thing. So I don't try to force things anymore. I think in the beginning I was beasting a little bit, but yeah, I think in the beginning I was beasting a little bit, but now I'm just like, trying to form like real, genuine connections. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Now, by the time you're done this trip here,
Yeah.
what would you want to have achieved 10 years after coming to Ghana? After the food, music, connecting, mountain stages,
Yeah.
what would you want to have achieved by the time you're going back?
By the time I go back, I'd want like people to know who Nova BLAQ is, and if they don't know, want like for them to want to get familiar. Because I mean, I've already seen like people like starting to look me up just by the fact that I've been getting a lot of like people reaching out to me personally and being like, yo, like I like what you did on this track, right? But like besides that, I want like people to know like, oh, like there's this guy who's doing this kind of music, and he's not even here. He's in the U.S., like transcending like bounds. Like I don't want to have to be here for like my fans to like what I'm doing. I want them to mess with me just because they like the music. What's more about the music, not where I am. But I also want them to feel me as well. So like especially in Ghana, that's very important to me because this is where I'm from. So like if like I said, home support hits different. So like your boy is going out there into the world. You're sending him out there into the world, and then like I just want them to wish me the best and like give me the support. You know what I'm saying? Like if not to, that's fine. Maybe I'm not your cup of tea. I completely understand it. Yeah, I'm gonna just keep pushing. Like I'm, at the end of the day, you gotta do what you gotta do. Do your thing.
So you won't let me be done your interview.
let me ask you a question because this is very interesting to me because you were like, oh, like I'm looking to do my own thing. Like I feel like you had hit this point where you were like, wow, like I feel like I can do this thing on my own and like this and that. And then like literally, I come back. We had this conversation when like August, and now look at you, bro. That's huge, and I'm honestly very happy for you.
Remember all that he said in the car? Oh, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. He kept saying you can do it. He says, oh, look at it this way. Look at it that way. And you could do it this way. And I think you should do it this way. I think that drive to CP was an eye-opener for me because it's me and you talking for the first time and a lot of things that
human level,
a
like,
lot of things
really,
that you said.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so a lot of people think I can do this thing. So let's go.
For sure. And then look at you. Boom. Went and did it quickly. Like what? I remember I was like, yo, you should name it The Real Tea with Miss G.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh, I don't know about
You're
that.
going to come for me. You're going to come for me. I'm so scared. These artists will come for me and all of that. But, we're here. We're trying to do what we can do. But this was the last thing I was going to ask you before we wrap up the session.
For sure.
Whether you think that, the distance between you and Ghanaians is also more like depriving them, because they can't have access to you on a daily beyond social media. They don't see you bouncing off every stage. They don't get to feel you. Do you think is also something that takes away from they wanting to get attached?
For sure, because I'm not personally there. That's what this trip is about. It's like really coming here and being like, yo, like I'm here and I'm very real and in the flesh. Like so, like when I'm at the show and I'm performing, they know what I do. Like I've performed in New York with like, the Khmer Cowboys and Y'all Talk, J Bad. Miss V was there, Wendy Shay. I actually said hi to Wendy Shay. She was cool. What you call it? Yeah, like, but like I've performed
The way you said, I actually said hi to Wendy Shay. She was cool. It's as though you said hi to somebody else and they weren't cool.
Hey, listen.
Confession time.
I just go off the energy, you know what I'm saying? And I really just approached her again, like on a human level. There was no BS, no managers, and I just said, yo, like the way that you performed just now, that was dope, and I really like, I'm inspired by that. You know what I'm saying? She like, gave me like the real time of the day. That's why I took my time to specifically mention her, because like as like a young artist, I appreciate that, and somebody just, takes the time out of the day to actually like talk to you. It's like not everybody feels like that, like I said, egos come into play, right? But like, she was just very real about that, and like I appreciate that. But yeah, back to what I was saying. I was performing on stage, and like, people that are Ghanaians in the US, they were enjoying it. Like we were having a great time, you know what I'm saying? And like I want to bring that to Ghana as well, and like have them feel me like here, like in the time that I'm here. So like that's why as I'm saying, as much as I can do live, I will do, just so like even when I leave, they can identify me and be like, yo, when this guy was here, he was doing this and that and that and that. And of course, I'm gonna keep coming back. This is gonna be a thing now. Now that I can do this, whenever I'm in the position to do this, I'm flying down quickly, But yeah.
Ghanaians are very crazy about international collaborations as well. Are you looking forward to any that you're eyeing, since they'll tell you that you're closer to those stars that you're eyeing? Do you have any intention?
Yeah, but I was saying I like working with people. Like, doesn't really matter where they're from. I've collabed with like a Spanish artist. I work very closely with one of my friends who's an artist in the U.S. as well. Yeah, like I collab with a lot of different people, and it just has to flow naturally. But the Ghana thing was very important for me because that's my home. Like I don't want to start in the US and then like not have people in Ghana know me, because that would not feel as good. like I said, home support, it hits entirely different because you feel like these people want you to win, as opposed to like when you're out there, like it's kind of like a fad because you're not really from there. You know, being a black man in America is a real thing. Like there's a whole stigma around that. You know, so like when you have your people behind you to back you, who's gonna say no to you? You know, so like in that case, like is very important. And then like from there, yeah, I'm definitely looking to work with a lot of international artists. Um, and like as long as like Ghanaians keep supporting me, I don't see why that can't happen. You know, because I can easily get into these rooms. I've built these like relationships already, where like you know you talk to this person and then you get to talk to this person, and then like eventually like I'll build a strong enough catalog that like you know you can look me up and be like, oh, like this guy makes this and that music, and then they'll be like, oh, like it's international, but I can mess with it. You know what I'm saying? Like look at Amare, right? Amare is doing an incredible job. Shout out to Amare because like
The way you're calling her name, I'm sure Ghanaian. Amare.
Amare because like yeah, when I discovered her like way back on her first tape. And, like I was listening to her like you know when like she dropped her first tape, and I was like wow, like she has like such a unique like kind of voice. I've always like bumped like you know her music and like back to back and stuff like that. But like when the whole thing happened with Kali Uchis and the song is like now like top Billboard, whatever the case is, you know, like that's somebody that I see, and like I see this person is not limiting themselves. Like she's just making music and just enjoying it, and like you know it doesn't matter where like you meet which people, like the vibe just works, you know, like and then somebody like you know Kali Uchis who's like on the other side, who's in the USA, can like listen to an Amari song and be like, wow, like I really like this vibe, I want to hop on it, whatever the case is, and then boom, you know, you have something like that, you know. So like there's no limitations, it's just straight up music and just like having fun with it and making good music. So yeah, that's definitely something that I want to do, you know. But at the same time, you're putting your country on because she reps Ghana heavy. You know, like even though she's out there, she's still repping Ghana heavy. You know, like I found her on Twitter. She's be speaking Chi sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying because like it's part of you. You don't gotta like be one way or another. Like you know, do it all. Why not?
So I'm sure somebody watching this interview say Intibra or Tichi.
Oh, brown into tree pan.
What you crying your day?
But and yeah, like you know, I've been there for 10 years.
So the saying Otichi.
Yeah, Trini there mid tip, but you know, Nick Kano.
Tini there Ochi.
Nick Kano, yeah, I say, you know, is here and there, you know. But like the more time I spend here, the more I'm gonna learn. But like when I go back, I assimilate again. But you know, for sure, I understand it, you know. But you know, I speak what I can, and like what I can, I learn.
I see. Do you really want to talk about that we haven't really touched on, so that you could quickly do that before we go?
Definitely the album. I want to build anticipation for the album because you know. The Crime of Passion EP is going to be coming in January, you know. Maybe before that, we'll see what happens. And yeah, I'm very excited for it. Also, the bar concert. You guys should pull up to the bar concert because we're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be amazing. So yeah.
You want to leave your socials so that those who watch this interview can maybe go follow you, check out your stuff and all of that.
Yeah, those who don't know me, I go by the name of Nova BLAQ. You go to Instagram, it's at Nova BLAQ Official. The black is spelled with a Q, not a CK. So Nova BLAQ Official on Instagram, and then CM Nova BLAQ, same Q, on Twitter. CM Nova BLAQ on Twitter. And it's Nova BLAQ on all streaming platforms as well.
So I've spoken to you before, and I know why you're called Nova BLAQ, but for the purpose of this interview and for those who are watching you for the first time, why Nova BLAQ?
Well, I chose Nova BLAQ because it's like Nova's a star, and black because I'm black, but it also works because the Black Star, which is the Black Stars of Ghana, which is the team. Like I said, incorporating everything, you know. So yeah.
Great to speak to you, Nova BLAQ. Thank you so much, and I hope that you continue to enjoy your time here in Ghana.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It's always a pleasure talking to you. So.
Same here.